4. Alright, so I've got this super groovy Jimi Hendrix intro to kick off the tune. And what I'm doing is I'm barring across the 4th fret and I'm hammering on the rest of a C sharp minor 7 shape. So if I was to look at just a regular A root minor bar chord, there would be our C sharp minor here, basically barring up on the 4th fret with an A minor shape in front of it, ring finger on fret 6 on the D string, pinky underneath it, and then middle finger on fret 5 on the B string, right, barred up on the 4th fret and only strumming from string 5. But instead I'm going to get rid of my pinky finger and I have a C sharp minor 7. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strum and I'm going to hammer on both my ring and my middle finger. And then an upstroke. And muting very quickly. Right. Now I'm going to leave the bar where it is. Well, actually I'm not. I'm going to leave my index finger close by, but instead my index finger now is going to concentrate on this root here, 4th fret on the E string. And I've got this strange chord here, so I'm not barring anymore because I want my B string to be open. Right. And what this is a G sharp major 7, and this open B creates a minor 3rd, right? So I'm grabbing my index on the 4th fret E string. Ring finger is going to be on 6th fret on the A string. Pinky underneath that. Middle finger on the 5th fret G string. And then I have this open B, so I'm going to strum this chord, but I'm going to stop my pick on string 2. Now I'm going to arpeggiate this chord, meaning I'm going to play every note of it. So I hit the bass, string 5, 4, 3, 2. Right? And it gives this open B kind of gives it this creepy dissonance, right? I don't know why he chose to do that. Sounds cool. Maybe because it's supposed to heighten the alienation of the tune. Just look at the lyrics, man. It's all there. It's all there. Okay, so here I am so far. Okay, now I'm going to slide into an A bar chord. And so what I do is I take this shape and I leave it pretty much intact, but I put my bar down and I slide up a half step. And as I do that, I'm going to strum strings 5 and 4, slide in, right, so pluck the strings first, then slide, then hit string 3, and then you're barred up, and then the top 2 or 3 strings, doesn't really matter. Right. Right. So far, ooh, I'm going to do that again. Grab a big E chord, okay? Now we're going to finish off with this little Hendrix lick here, or Curtis Mayfield. And I grab my low E string, and I'm going to hammer on fret 9 to 11 on the A string. And then I'm going to bar strings 2, 3, and 4, and I'm going to strum those same 3 strings. Right. So now we're going to do the same thing, second time around, and just hold on to the E. Whoa. There we go. Sounds a little better. so that's what you're going to do the second time around. Now, if you're doing this acoustically, you could just keep doing that same thing, or you could go to the kind of reggae skank riff, which sounds like this. And what I'm doing is I'm grabbing strings 1, 2, and 3, my index, so this is going to be the C sharp minor to start. My index on fret 4 on the high string, middle finger on fret 5 on string 2, and ring finger on fret 6 on string 3. So 4, 5, 3. And I'm playing all upstrokes, so I'm doing a quick mute up, mute up, mute up, mute up kind of feel, a reggae feel, right? So 1 and 2 and now I'm only going to grab that C sharp minor once, 1 and 2 and now our G sharp minor, our G sharp major over a B, we're anticipating that 1 and 2 and by about a half a beat, right? So what I'm doing here is I'm just playing a small triad of our G sharp major by just barring strings 1 and 2 at fret 4 and putting my middle finger on fret 5 on string 3, right? So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So I'm going to do 3 up strums on that chord. Then I'm going to move this up a half step, 1 and 2 and, right? So move it up a half step, same shape, move it up. So there's your A chord. Do 1 up strum. And then I'm going to grab like a D shape. Here's a D here, but I'm going to move it up a step so that my ring finger is on the 5th fret on the B string. Right. Okay, so it looks just like that. Put that together, I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, right? So body's honey is crowding my icebox. Somebody's cold one is giving me chills. Guess I'll just close my eyes. Oh yeah, alright, feels good inside. Right, so that's your main feel, is going in between that reggae rhythm and then back to that main Jimi Hendrix riff. Okay, so you're going to go back and forth between those. On the oh yeah, all right, you're Hendrixing. On the more lyrical content, you're doing the skank riff. All right, so let's see. Flip on the telly, wrestle with Jimmy. Something is bubbling behind my back. This bottle is ready to blow. Right, for instance. Now, when we get into the chorus, we're just going to cite those same chords, C sharp minor, G sharp major, A5, E5, with power chords. It ain't so. Right, so I'm grabbing a power chord, and I can 4 to 5 with my pinky. So 4th fret on the A string, my index finger is holding on the 4th fret on the A string, ring finger on the adjacent string, 6th fret, pinky underneath it. And I'm hitting on beats 1 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, right, so C sharp, first one we looked at, I lift up that shape, right, just 1 string each towards my chin, holding on the 4th fret E string. I got my G sharp power chord. Then I move it up a half step. Got my A power chord. And then I'm barring across strings 4 and 5 excuse me, 2nd fret, and I'm playing just the low strings, 6, 5, and 4, with this open E string for my E power chords. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and C sharp, G sharp, A, E, M4 and C sharp, G sharp, A. That last one, I'm just going to hit the E one time, and then you're back into your main riff and your reggae riff, right? So the last part, the last section is the bridge section, and it sounds like this. What I'm doing is I'm grabbing a B5 power chord way up here, and then I'm going to lower the bass down a half step. So I'm gripped up here at the 7th fret on the E string, my ring finger is on the adjacent string on 9, pinky underneath it on fret 9, and I'm doing this rhythm, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and I'm really trying to palm mute to get that rock and roll feel, 1 and 2 and. Then I'm going to lower my index but keep everything else the same, so that my index is on the 6th fret E string, so this is going to be a B5 over A sharp. Right, and I'm going to do the same rhythm, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm going to go back to my E5 power chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then a G5 here at the 3rd fret, just another power chord. So I put that together, I have B5 over A sharp, E, and G. And I keep repeating that 4 times. Okay? So those are all the different parts to Say It Ain't So by Weezer. And if you want to play this with the album, just tune all your strings down a half step. Okay? All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Cool 90s throwback tune. Excellent band. And hope you enjoy this one. Thanks so much.